Hello Livewires, Heather Boyd Wire here, and today it's Tip Tuesday. Today I'm going to show you how to make a wire-wrapped guitar pick using guitar strings. What you're going to need for this project are your tools. I have cutters, round pliers, and flat pliers. I'm going to use 18 gauge wire for the frame and then some guitar strings to wrap in the pick, and I have some picks. These were picks from a local music store. I just scratched off their logo off the back and I'm going to use these. So I just traced off the pick and then I did some circles around the outside. I have about 10 inches of 18 gauge wire and I'm just going to start by doing the little loop at the bottom. Now you can do these loops to the outside or you can do them to the inside like I've done in previous videos. So we're just going to start by doing our loop and then we're going to bend it up but not too tightly because we don't want it to be really pointy. We want it to be a little bit more curved. So what we're going to do is just check how that's going to fit inside there. So you might have to do a little bit of adjusting, but with this, just wiggle it around a bit until you're happy with it. And then you can just place it on the template if you like, or you can just eyeball it. So we're just going to go around on either side and just work our way up. They don't have to be perfectly aligned. That's totally fine if they're not exactly in the right position. But we're just going to go around and then gradually work our way around. These holes can be as big as you want them to be. You can make them a little bit bigger if you like. You can make them a little bit smaller. I'm just using my small round pliers. They have quite a fine tip. A lot of people ask me where I get these pliers, and sadly they're no longer available because I bought these 30 years ago at a hardware store. So I haven't found any that are quite like them, unfortunately, because these are just really wonderful pliers. They're a nice size, they're a nice soft metal so they don't scratch my jewelry and stuff. So if anybody has recommendations for round pliers that they like, just put them in the comments below the video. I've heard that Tronex are a good brand and also Zebra brand. So just let me know in the comments if you have any other preferred pliers. So now we're going to go around the corner and do another little loop here. And then we'll just have one more on either side after this. So same here, we'll just put it against this template. It's a very rough template just because I drew it out by hand and I didn't measure the distance between the loops, but it really isn't that important if they're perfect because you will have wires going in and out. So now we're just going to get over here, measure it up, get the last one. So we'll go here, get the last one there, and here, you rotate your paper if you have to. Bring this up over here, and then just give it a little eyeball there to see how it goes. Bring this one around. It's looking kind of fancy already. It looks kind of like a strawberry, but that's okay. And we're going to bring this one around here. Keep in mind I used about 10 inches. It seems to be a good amount of wire. If you like to have more wire to manipulate, just cut it a little bit longer. Sometimes it's easier to work with wire when it's too long. Sometimes when it's too short, it's hard to grip onto. So now we're going to come around here, see how it's going to line up. Bring this one up a little bit. And you can also double check with the pick that it's going to fit inside. So that should be good. Yep, that looks good. So we'll remove the template and then from here just bring this one around, and then I always like to help this wire out before, because if you bend it around like that it can distort out of place. So I like to take my round pliers and give it a little bit of a helping bend just so it won't get too distorted. That looks pretty centered. And then what you can do is just take it and bring it around to the back. If it's easier, grip it with your pliers to give it a bit of a pull. Clip it right there. Now, if you want, you can add a little bead. I have a hematite bead. I love hematite. It's so beautiful. So we're going to put that one there, and then you could bend it either perpendicular or parallel to the piece, depending if you're going to add a jump ring or not. These could be earrings or pendants, actually. So we're going to take that, hold this end, and then just bend it around. And we can clip it again. There we go. And push this flat. So now we have our basic shape for our guitar pick pendant. Looks like a strawberry, but that's fine. I actually have red guitar picks that would look really cute, so that's going to fit in there. But what we want to do now, first of all, make sure these are relatively flat. They don't have to be super flat, but you can go around if you want and just straighten these out a little bit. So now I'm going to get the guitar string, and I'm just going to feed it through some of these holes. So I'm going to come up here and pull it up about, so there's about a foot of wire there, and then bring this one across. Choose which hole you want to go through. Go across here. Okay. These are a little bit springy, but it's okay. You just bend it, push it in with your thumb a little bit, and now I'm going to give it a sharp bend here and come over to this side and pull it here. Just bring it right in there, and then I want to bring it down to this side, push it in there, and then once you have enough of these through, give them little pinches as you need, and then once you have enough of these, you can slip your pick in, but I think we're not quite ready yet, so we're going to bring this one over to here, push it in. It's got a little bit of tension on it. I'm not using a string that's too thick, and so now what we're going to do is take our pick and just slide it in here. So let's just slide it up here first, and then we're going to slide it in there. Okay, so we have a good start, and now we're going to take this one and decide where we want to bend it over. We should bend it there, we could bend it there. I think I want to bend it here, so we're going to bring that one in there. You can also just use 24 gauge wire if it's easier. You don't have to use the guitar strings. This is just an experiment. And then we're going to bend it on a nice little right angle. Give it a pinch if you're not sure it's going to stay in place. And then I'm going to go down to this one here. Go right to the bottom. And then we're just going to bring it back up to the top. So we've gone right down to the bottom of that one. You have to really give it a little bit of a pinch in there. This guitar pick is very thin. Sometimes I actually buy the guitar picks on Amazon, and they come in different thicknesses. So you can actually buy thick guitar picks. I'll link up below where you can buy the guitar picks. You can get different colors too, which is really, really cool. So now once we have that end, we can bring it around to here, the top, and then just wind it around a couple of times. It's very springy, so you will want to wind it around a couple of times, and you will want to pull it like quite tightly for it to stay in place. And then you can give it a little clip. And I wouldn't use your best cutters for these because they are very hard. This has a little end on it, so we're going to have to cut that one off because otherwise we won't be able to string it through the holes. So now we're going to take this one, bring it to the back, just bring it right to the back, see which hole needs stringing through, so we'll bring it through this hole here. I'm just going to bring it through there and then bring it across here. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to bring it. No, if you change your mind, just take it out. And I'm going to put it in this one here. Makes a very squeaky sound. So we're going to pull that one through there and then bring it give it a good little bend here so it's nice and like a sharpish bend. Otherwise it's just going to spring back. And so now we can put it through here. Give it a good little pull. And then we have this one that's still not strung through. I didn't plan it out very well, but you can always like kind of pre-plan it any way that you want. So I'm gonna put it through this hole again. Could have made the holes a little bit bigger, but that's okay. So we're gonna go through there, and then now we can go through that last loop. You might want to draw this out first to decide which way you want your lines to go, but this is pretty good like that. So we're going to put that one there. And then to finish it off, I'm going to bring it back to the top. Just bring it back here and then wind it around. We'll just wind it around the top again. And then, like I said, you want to do it a couple of times because it's very springy. And so just like really pull it, give it a good tug so it's going to stay in place, and then you can clip it there. So there you have your pick nuzzled in there. It's a little off balance with more winding to that side, but like I said, you can pre-plan it if you want. So if you want to do your loops to the inside, take a slightly longer wire. It's about 12 inches long, and you can just go ahead and do your loops. So we're going to come around here, just bring it around here, and then bring your pick in there to see how you want it to stand. So we might have to just give it a couple of little bends here, just around here, and hold it up in place. And then we're going to work our way around. So let's just do a few little loops, and I'm not going to be as precise as I was with the other one. I'm just going to wing it. I'm just going to go around and see how many we need and just do them about the same distance apart. They look like they're about a 1/4 inch apart, something like that. So if you do them all equidistant apart, it should be somewhat balanced. So we're just going to bring it around, and for this one I'm going to use a slightly thinner guitar string. It should be a little bit easier to manipulate. So we're just going to go around and then see where we're at. So we're right here. We'll probably need one more on each side. Just bring it around, and then one more on this side. You can kind of push them together to see if they're more or less the same distance apart. That way it'll be a little more symmetrical as well. So now we're going to have to start wiggling it around, kind of curving it a little bit to mimic the shape of the guitar pick. And this one I got a little bit big, but that's okay. And then this one too, we're going to slowly bring it around just to mimic that shape. Also looks like a strawberry. So now we're going to put this one in here, see where we're at. It could be a little bit bigger than the pick. It's fine. So we're going to bring this one in here a bit. I'm going to move that one up, and then this one too, we're going to just bring it in a little bit. I can put these templates available to download. I'll just draw them out with ink. So we're just going to check that out. Looks pretty good. Maybe it's a little bit too low now. Bring that around and around here, and just going to double check. So if we have this one here, this is going to be around here. Yeah, I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. There. And then this one's going to go around. Give it a little hand there. Double check it. That's pretty good. Let's bring that one around. So now we're going to twist this. Give that a little clip. And then rather than put a bead, I'm just going to go ahead and finish the end and do a little loop at the top. And then we'll just finish that off And if you want to do like in the previous one and add a bead, you can totally do that too. So that looks pretty snug. We'll just give that a little clip. And there we have the beginning stages of the frame. So now if you want to like push it down a little bit, you can, and that would go inside there. So what we want to do now is get our guitar strings. So this one's a little finer than the previous ones. I can't honestly tell you if it's a G or a D or a C or what it is, but it's the skinny one. So if you know which one it is, let me know in the comments. I don't know which is the skinniest one, because I tried to play guitar many years ago and I was a giant fail at it because I could not keep track of the chords. I couldn't keep track of my fingers in position for the chords. I had a lot of trouble with it, so I just gave up and realized I didn't have time to do it anyways. So I'm a live music appreciator, not a musician. So we're going to bring this one across here and just put that one through here. Yeah, I actually learned piano growing up, so I do know how to sight read and play piano, but I haven't played in years. Just bring it back up to the top. If you bend it around in between these wires, then it's going to give it a little bit more tension to hold in place. So do that. Give it a good pull, because it's almost like beading wire. Not quite, like it's not as like springy and flexible as beading wire, but it's pretty close. Like it doesn't hold its shape as well as regular wire, but if you jam it between those wires, it's not too bad. And so now we just have this one. I think you could use this stuff with crimps. It might be interesting. So let's just go back up to the top. Okay, just all the way up to the top, and then we're going to have to finish this up again. So can we get it through these loops again? See, what I should have probably done is left a little bit of space between. If we have space between those wires, then it might work a little bit better. So we're going to bring it up and bring this one around. Do it. Which way do I want to go? That way? No, I want to go around that way. So we're going to go around here and around. We're just going to go between those lines again. So we're going to take that, bring it in there and around there. Looks like I'm fighting with it, but it's not too bad. And then we want to just give it a good pull, pinch it in there, and then we're going to give it a little clip, and then pinch those sharp ends in because they are a little bit sharp. Straighten that out a little bit if you have to, and there you have your super funky guitar pick wound around with guitar strings. And so there it is without the bead, and there it is with the bead. So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making videos. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and when I post new videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your wire art and jewelry, be sure to join the Wire Makers Club on Facebook. And if you'd like to check out my work on Etsy, my husband and I specialize in custom wedding cake toppers and funky jewelry. I also have a mailing list, so if you'd like to sign up below, I'll send you my Wire Art Essentials ebook. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time.